Okay, folks, welcome to this video. This is going to be how to import animations and characters from Mixamo straight into Blender. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it, it's not too bad to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the character I want, and then I'm going to download 3 animations of that character. And then I'm going to put them in a sequence so that we have a little bit of a mini clip that you might want to sort of, I don't know, this would be sort of used as part of my assignment if I was doing the assignment you are currently doing. So I'm going to use this archer. There we go. There she is. She is loaded, and you can just have a look around in T-pose. Not a bad little model. Pretty cool, actually. Now I'm going to go to animations. I'm going to get 3 animations from her. I'm going to search running. And I'm going to try this running one. Actually, let's get the more energetic one. Yeah, okay. I'm going to download that running one. It's going to be an FPX with skin, 30 frames per second, and I'm not going to worry about keyframe reduction, mostly because I don't know what that does yet. Okay, so now I've got that one. I'm going to scroll down a bit. The running slide. I want that one as well because it looks kind of cool. Same settings. And finally, I'm going to find one. Yes, standing draw arrow. That's the one I want. Okay, so next up, I need to find these in my downloads folder, and then I'm going to move them to where I can access them easily in Blender.
A few moments later.
Okay, so as you can see here, this is a folder that I've made. I've just been using a folder in a Blender folder that I keep in documents. That is fairly messy. That is fairly messy, so I've just made myself a folder in that where I'm keeping these. That's going to be fairly easy for me to import my animated models from. So if I now go to File, I'm going to go to Import, and I'm going to go FBX. So what I'm going to do now, it automatically comes up in my documents. So I'm going to select Blender and then my Mix to Blender Shoot, and I'm going to start with my running animation. So I'm going to go Import to FBX. Okay, so if you have a look now, I have my model in here. Currently, we are only in we are in solid. If we change the material, she will actually, look much better. So let's wait for my computer to create. Oh no, it's purple. Let's go to rendered. And then you'll notice she will not be purple anymore. And then, watch this, we go back to material. And also, not purple. Yeah, it's a cool little trick. So remember that one. Cool. So if we look over here, we've got my archer meshes, and we have so that is actually just the that's actually just the bow and arrow that comes with it. So just the arrow that comes with it. So don't worry too much about that. I'm actually going to put that aside for later for the end of my animation, because when she draws her bow, I want to actually shoot that at the end of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish making that at the end, but we will see. So, and then over here we have our armature, which consists of the bones itself. If I just select the view on that, that will show and hide that. And then I've got all of her body and eyes and stuff. So I'm just going to keep all of that viewed except the armature at this point. So if I hit play now, she should just do a quick run and then stop. Okay. Now what we've got to do, we have to import the other models. So I'm going to go import FBX, rinse, repeat.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now that I have all three of my models imported, there's actually one more thing I've got to do. The way this works best is if you import your first one twice. So I'm just going to import my running one again, and I'm going to explain why. So what I'm going to do is that one I'm not really going to care about. This one I'm going to rename to main model. Armature 1, 2, and 3 are only actually going to be used to steal their animations off. The reason this works is so that I don't have to keep so there's going to be a point where I need to take the animation off that one and put it on that one. I tried to do it just using this one, and the first time I did it, it worked. I did something slightly different though, and this way seems like better practice for the most part. It works out slightly nicer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to select I'm going to right click on my animation here. If you remember correctly, armature 1, let's hide those other ones. So armature 1 here, that should probably be our running slide. That's the one we've got selected. Yeah, that's our running slide. Okay. So I'm going to right click on armature 1's animation. I'm going to call it running slide. Let's drop that back. This one, that is going to be our draw bow animation. And this one, of course, will be our running animation. Okay, so next thing we have to do is I'm actually going to hide the armature on this first one. And then we're going to go to the NLA editor. I'm going to drop this down and then change that one to the 3D view. So we can see both of these at once. What I want to do is I want to, hold on, I got that the wrong way around. I don't want to see these ones. I do want to see my main model. Okay. Okay, now you can see here, that was just me scrolling. When I scrolled, it fixed everything up. So I'm going to drop that NLA track down and I'm going to delete it. And now I'm going to add an action script. So you can see here now that I have scripts for running, running slide, and draw bow. There's that armature one again, that's running again, but it's not named nicely and it doesn't work as well. So if I go running, running slide, and draw bow, those are currently on all different tracks. If I drag this with my right mouse button and drop it onto there by clicking the left mouse button when it's in place, we now will have a consecutive set of animations. So if you keep an eye on this one here, it will do all three animations consecutively. There we go. All three animations completed consecutively, but you will also, of course, notice that it's not doing them it's not doing them right location-wise. So what we have to do is each of these animations is based off keyframes for each bone. What I want to do is I'm going to remove the location keyframes of each bone. I'm going to remove the location restrictions in the world. So they're still going to be rotated and everything the right way, but the specific location of them in the world will be removed. Then after that, we can set location keyframes for the entire character. And I will set the character to move from here to somewhere over there across the span of these two animations, and that should work out perfectly. So what we've got to do for that is we need to go from the NLA editor to the dope sheet. So if you have a look at the dope sheet, currently it is empty. If I make all three of these visible, then it will appear. So there's a couple ways to do this. You can see here, these are all of the keyframes for each individual thing. So we have the location of the right hand thumb 2. We have the rotation of the right hand thumb 2. We have scale of right hand thumb 2, etc., etc. So as you can probably think, this is going to be very annoying, but fortunately it will not be. If you look here, we can actually search. So if I search the word location, then only the ones relating to location will come up. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just turn off 2 of these for the moment, so we may know we're only working on 1. So if I type in location here and then hit enter, and then just move over here and go delete keyframes, and get rid of the search again, you can now see that all of the location ones have been deleted. Let's watch what happens when the running slide has all of them deleted from it. What's that? He's trying to slide in midair. So he's trying to slide on the spot, which is what we want, but he's not meant to be sliding in midair. So the solution to that is we need to be very specific about which location ones we remove. This won't apply to all of them, but it will certainly apply to any that change in height. Any that rely on height are probably a safe bet for ones that you want to be careful about which ones you delete. Okay, so the ones we need to delete are the X and the Z locations, because Y, as per usual, is up and down. So if I type in X location, hit enter, if these don't automatically select and go orange, then hit A to select them all. Go delete keyframes. Now I'm going to replace X with Z, and then, okay, make sure that you are in here. Yes, good. Delete those keyframes. If we watch this again, it should run and slide on the spot. Remember, we're watching this one here. That's highlighted. That's a good run and slide, I believe, on the spot and everything. Okay. Lovely. So now we need to do the same for the other animations. But for the other ones, we can just take a shortcut. Those don't matter if we delete the Y location as well, because they are not as affected by height. They stay pretty much the same height for the entire time. So we don't need to give the bones height locations. So if I delete all of those keyframes on that one, and all of the location keyframes on that one, rather, and all the location keyframes on this one as well. If we turn off all of these other meshes now, if we watch this now, it should perform those 3 animations all on the spot. Very nice. I'm happy with that. You will notice a little bit of jankiness between animations 2 and 3. The running slide to the drawing of the bow. The drawing of the bow animation is meant to start from a standing position, not running. So if I were to make that fully smooth, I would probably need to see if there's a running to stop animation in Mixamo. I might think about checking and downloading that later, but it's not going to be part of the tutorial. You can probably work it out from the rest of these. So now we need to do a little bit of keyframe animation just on the location of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my NLA editor and I'm going to go to frame 0. I'm going to select my main model. I'm going to go I for insert keyframe, and I'm just going to set one for location. And then I want my character to end up at the end of that animation. I want my character to end up about there, let's say. So I'm going to go I, and I'm going to insert one for location here as well. So if I take that back, we should, there we go. There is our running animation done. You will notice that she's a bit slow to start and end. That is something to do with the type of keyframing that is being used. It's automatically a sort of gradual one, so like from rest it will take a little bit more time to get going, and it will take a little bit more time to stop as well. There's a way to change that. I can't remember what it is. I'll make another thing that involves it soon, hopefully. But for the moment, I'm pretty happy with that. All I want to do now is I'm going to set up a very basic camera follow to make sure we have this documented. So if I grab my camera, I'm going to go to N just to set this how I want it. I like to start from 0 for the camera. And then I can move it how I like it. I've just clicked numpad 0 to go into the camera view. And at frame 0, I'm going to insert a location keyframe for the camera. And then I'm going to go to this frame here. And then I'm going to move the camera along, I believe, I want to say it's the y-axis here. Yeah. And I'm moving the camera to there, and I'm going to insert another keyframe at the end. So with any luck, this should follow my character pretty well. Very nice. I like it a lot. Okay, so all you would have to do now is set up a little bit of a world, you know, give the ground something, maybe put a block for the character to actually slide under, give it a reason for that animation, and just set up your animation exporting settings, and then you can export a little bit of a mini video of it. I'm gonna polish those up myself because you probably know how to do those, and yeah, look, I will tack that on to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you've worked it all out, and as usual, if I've made any glaring mistakes or any small fixes, please leave a comment below. If I haven't, don't leave a comment below. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely day.